Hello students, let's continue our capacitor topic. Today we will discuss combination of capacitors and force acting on the capacitor plates. Combination of capacitors. See, capacitors can be combined in so many different ways, but these different ways mostly we can say it can be generalized in two different main important forms. That is, first series and second one is parallel connection. Series as well as parallel connection, and these are very important. Right, now let's discuss with the first one, series connection. Now in the name itself it is saying series connection. Let's consider first a capacitor whose capacitance is C1, okay, and another capacitor whose capacitance C2, and another one with C3 are connected in this manner. This type of connection is called as a series connection. To a battery we have connected and we made a circuit in this manner. C1, C2, C3. These are all connected in series connection. Okay, how can we say these are in series? They are appearing series, first thing. Second thing, the positive terminal of the battery is connected to the first capacitor, and the negative terminal is connected means nothing but the second terminal of this one is connected to the another capacitor, and in the same manner. Okay, it means if you consider this C2 capacitor, this is not directly connected to the voltage V. It is connected in this manner. It is indirectly connected, we can say simply. Right. This is nothing but called series connection. What happens in series connection? Okay, in series connection, generally, for example, if you are sending an amount of charge Q, you are sending a charge Q, and this charge Q will go in this manner and will come here and it will end. It means how much amount of charge is released here, the same charge will come to the negative end also. Right, that is a common thing, law of conservation of charge. Right, now from here it will go. It means here whatever the charge flowing through this, all these capacitors is same. It means the charge will be same here, here and there. Everywhere same charge will be placed. Okay, alright. But potential difference is different here. Here potential difference is different. It means here V1 potential will be there, and here V2, and here V3. Like that we have to consider here. Or else let's consider according to the diagram. First here we are giving V potential. It means at this point there will be potential V. At this point potential V. At this point also potential V. There are no barriers in the middle. That's why exactly how much potential is there in at this point, here also the same. V will be there at this position. And here because of this capacitor, the potential value changes. It means here we can consider here and here and here in the middle. It means from here to here the same potential will be maintained. That is, let's consider as V1. And next again V2. If you see here another capacitor is placed in the middle, that's why again capacitance will be changed to V2. Right, again if you come outside here it will come here V3, but actually here directly it is connected to negative potential. It means zero potential we will consider there. It means V3 is equals to simply 0. Alright, this is the thing we got now. Now we need to find out the equivalent capacitance. Equivalent capacitance means here 3 capacitors should be replaced with one single capacitor like this. In this manner we have to replace. Here charge will be Q and here the potential obviously V will be there and its capacitance is C. That C is equals to what we have to find out in this present situation. That C value we need to find out. Alright. For that already we know law according to law of conservation of charge. Q is same everywhere. That's why for the capacitor C1 let's take direct formula. C is equals to Q by V. We already know this formula, capacitor formula. Alright. Then C1 is equals to Q by what is the voltage passing through that? Means potential difference we want, not potential difference V. C is equal to Q by V. C1 is equals to what is the potential here? V and V1. In between them difference we want, that is V minus V1. Next C2 is equals to here C2 is here, then C2 is in the middle of V1 and V2. That is the reason we can keep Q by V1 minus V2. Alright. Next C3 is equals to here same charge is same everywhere, Q by potential V2 minus 0. V2 minus 0 or simply V2 we can replace there. Alright. General formula for that one is C is equals to Q by V, this one. Fine. Now, in all these equations, Q is a common thing. Okay. But here if you exactly observe carefully, whatever the potential here we are observing V will be the total potential. It will be the total potential. It means, first of all, we will interchange this one. That is V minus V1 into C1 is equals to Q. Okay, alright, then Q by C1 we will consider. Q by C1 we will consider here. Next C2 is equals to, okay, not C2, V1 minus V2 is equals to Q by C2. After that V2 is equals to Q by C3. Fine. Now we have to add all these three equations. Whenever we add these three equations, LHS V minus V1 plus V1 minus V2 plus V2 is equals to first one, second one, third one. These three we have to add. That is Q we can take common outside, everywhere Q is same. That's why 1 by C1 plus 1 by C2 plus 1 by C3 we got. Alright, plus V1 and minus V1 and plus V1 will get cancelled. Plus minus V2 plus V2 cancel. And now V is equals to, or else V by Q is equals to 1 by C1 plus 1 by C2 plus 1 by C3 we got. What is V by Q? That is 1 by C. In this is the resultant capacitor or equivalent capacitor. C equivalent, let's consider. This is C equivalent. That is C equivalent is equals to Q by V. Then V by Q is equals to 1 by C equivalent. That is equals to 1 by C1 plus 1 by C2 plus 1 by C3. This can be interchanged also. Okay, this can be interchanged also in different. For example, if you want to interchange, you can shift this one to upwards and this one to down like that. Alright, this is nothing but called a series connection. Okay, in this series connection, what is constant? Charge is constant and voltage is varying. Why voltage only varies here? Because see, whatever the energy that you are supplying in here, first the capacitor will take first. After that, whatever after completion of taking this part, the remaining will go to this one. Next, this one will take some amount of energy. After that, this one will take. In this manner, continuously energy keeps on going, decreases while it is going in this manner. It means in series they are taking. That is the reason. Okay, here it will be less voltage. Here again less. Here less. Continuously, if the resistors, if you are keeping these all capacitors in such a manner, the last one will get the very low power when compared to the first one. That's it. First one will get the maximum power and the last one will get minimum power, but depends on the alignment, depends on this alignment and all. Right, this is nothing but called series connection. Now let's move on to the parallel connection. Next one is parallel connection. In this parallel connection, now see the name itself, it is saying parallel connection. Fine, let's consider a battery in this manner connected to the capacitor C1 like this, and again another capacitor C2 and the third capacitor C3. In this manner we have connected. If you observe carefully, these are all appearing parallel to each other. Sometimes in cases they may not appear parallel to each other, even though they will be parallel, they will be in parallel connection. We have to find just by using what is the potential each capacitor getting. See here potential V we are supplying, it means at this position potential V will be there, here also potential V. Okay, as there is no barrier here, potential V, potential V, here also no barriers, potential V, here also no barrier, potential V, here there are no barriers. It means however how much potential here it is maintained, that much only it will be maintained. Okay, here in this manner 0 potential we have to consider here, 0 0, right, like this. As there are no barriers, we have to consider in this manner. If for example if there is any one capacitor here, no, V will not come here, V1 V2 something we have to consider here. Alright, fine. Now this is nothing but called parallel connection. In this present situation, voltage is a constant thing. In before situation, means in series connection, charge is constant, here voltage is a constant. Alright, and now as we this one we have to be replaced with a single capacitor in this manner, that is nothing but called C equivalent, and this is voltage, and whatever the charge we are supplying is Q. C equivalent is equals to Q by V. Already we know this one. Fine, now we need to find C equivalent. Alright, for doing that one, now let's consider the charge flowing here. Here the charge flowing is Q, here also it will be Q, but this Q is divided into two parts here. This Q is divided into two parts. That's why I will consider here as Q1, and here Q minus Q1 will come. The sum of these two should be is equals to Q. That's why Q minus Q1. And next, this Q minus Q1 again will be divided into two parts. Okay, that one you can consider here as Q2, and this one as Q minus Q1 minus Q2. Like this we can consider Q minus Q1 minus Q2 in this manner. Okay, it means here the charge is coming as Q, and here it is Q1, and here it is Q minus Q1 and Q minus Q1 minus Q2. Okay, this is the charge flowing through all these capacitors. Alright, as here voltage is constant, now capacitors, each capacitor's equation, let's try to write. C1 is equals to, first capacitor is receiving Q1 charge, Q1 by V, and second capacitor is receiving C2. C2 is receiving Q minus Q1 minus Q2 divided by V, and third capacitor is receiving simply Q2 charge. Third one is receiving Q2 charge, Q2 by V. In all these three cases, V is a constant thing. Alright, I will just replace them and write it. That is Q1 is equals to C1V, Q2 is equals to not Q2, Q minus Q1 minus Q2 is equals to C2V, and third one as C3V is equals to Q2. Like this we got. Okay, this equation, this one and this one. These three we have to add. Now whenever we add, first Q1 plus, second one Q minus Q1 minus Q2 plus Q2 is equals to, first one is C1V plus C2V plus C3V. We have added these three equations. Now first one is Q1 plus Q. Okay, Q1 and Q1 will get cancelled. Q2 and Q2 also gets cancelled, and Q is remaining here. Fine. Q is equals to C1 plus C2 plus C3 into V. Q by V is equals to C1 plus C2 plus C3. That's it. This is nothing but called C equivalent. Just before we have given here equal to one small diagram, that one. C equivalent is equals to C1 plus C2 plus C3. That's it. In this manner we can derive for parallel connection. Simple thing. Here we have done what? Here we have taken Q charge and we have distributed that Q charge in different forms in this manner. Okay, and here we have taken the three equations for three capacitors. First capacitor is having charge Q1 and voltage V. Second capacitor C2 is having charge, it means flowing across through that one is Q minus Q1 minus Q2. That one only we have taken here, and next divided by what is the voltage here? Difference V minus 0, that is V. Next C3 means this capacitor having a Q2 charge here. Okay, Q2 charge is flowing through this and voltage is V minus 0, that is V. That's it. We have added these three equations. After all cancellations we will get C equivalent equals C1 plus C2 plus C3. Now mixed combinations. See, series and parallel combination circuits are simple and easy to understand whether they are in series or parallel. It means if they have given, easily we can find them, that is particular thing is in series connection or in a parallel connection. Easily we can find and we can apply the formulas and we can get the answers. But in some cases in circuits they will give the combinations in any manner so that we cannot understand whether they are connected in series or in parallel. Sometimes they will be connected in any manner so that we cannot find whether they are in series or as well as in parallel. Such type of connection, let's see. Okay, now let's consider this circuit. In this circuit we cannot say which is in series and which is in parallel connection. Okay, right, but we can solve this one and we can find an equivalent circuit for this in this manner. This is a C equivalent and this is voltage V. We can change this one into simple circuit, but for doing that we need to go with some general principle method. General principles we have to use here. It means, see, here I have connected a battery with voltage V. As the voltage is V here, here also voltage V, here 0, here 0, here 0, and up to here it is 0 only potential because no barriers along this line. That's why 0 potential. Here barrier came. That's why here some other potential X may have come in the middle. X came in the middle, X. Right, X 0, 0, 0, like this we got. This is the easiest way, but general method is again another one is there by using charge. We can find by using charge also, but by using potential, how? If we know, we can solve the problems easily within less time. Right. Now from here to here, it means total potentials are V, X and 0. 3 potential levels are there, V, X and 0. Highest is V, in the middle X will come and 0 is the least potential. Alright, here capacitors having equal capacitance, let's consider. Okay, here C1, C2 and C3 we will consider, capacitors are all. Now C equivalent we will find now, V, X and 0 are there. V to X, C1 is situated in the middle. Next X to 0, X to 0 C3 is there. Next again X to 0, C2 is also there. Parallel connection. Okay, C2. Like this the connection is. Fine. As these two are in a parallel connection, we can directly add them. Okay, add them each other. That is V, here C1, here X, and here like this we can keep. This is nothing but C2 plus C3. And these two are in series connection. As these two are in series connection, the equivalent capacitance between V and 0, between point V and 0 will be C equivalent. That is 1 by C equivalent is equals to 1 by C1 plus 1 by C2 plus C3. 1 by C2 plus C3. That's it. This value if we can simplify and we can substitute here, that is nothing but called the equivalent capacitance of this particular circuit by using short potential method. Alright, this is nothing but mixed combination. By using this one we can solve big circuits also easily. Alright, next general method is actually okay, alright, now potential method completed. Now let's use charge method. Okay, charge method. Fine, here I am sending a charge Q. This charge Q shared 2 times. Okay, 2 parts it is going to be shared. Here let's consider as Q minus Q1. Here Q1 I have considered, here Q1 charge is going. As here Q1 charge, here also Q1 only will go, here also Q1 only will come. And from here Q minus Q1 plus Q1, Q1 will get cancelled, again here Q will come. It means output will be Q. Okay, here it will come as Q. That's it. Charge is conserved, right? Fine. By using this method, we will solve the equations and we can find the equivalent capacitance. First, equation of each and every capacitor, C is equals to Q by V. Alright. First capacitor is C1. How much charge is flowing through this capacitor? Capital Q. What is the voltage applied to this? V. Alright, V voltage is applied, Q is the charge. C1 is equals to Q by V. And next C2, this one. The charge flowing through this is Q minus Q1 divided by, and what is the voltage here? X voltage. We are considering the voltage as X, or else we can consider simply X minus 0 as nothing but called X only we can consider. We will consider here. Next C3 is equals to Q1. Q1 is going through this, that's why we will give here Q1, and the potential is X minus 0, that is X. Like this we have considered. Now here V minus X into C1 is equals to Q. Next C2 X is equals to Q minus Q1. Next C3X is equals to Q1. Let's solve these two equations, then we will get I am adding these two equations. Q minus Q1 plus Q1 is equals to C3x plus C2x, that is Q1 and Q1 will get cancelled. Alright, then Q is equals to C3 plus C2 into x, C2 plus C3 into x. One equation we got here. We got Q is equals to C3 plus C2 into x. This is the equation we got. By using these two, we got this. Fine. And next one, next this one. Let's rewrite this one as V minus x is equals to Q by C1. It means no need of this equation and this equation. Simply this one we can consider. V minus x is equals to Q by C1, and here x is equals to Q by C3 plus C2. We will consider last two equations, this one and this one. Okay, we will add them each other. That is V minus x. Okay, LHS of this one, and next plus x is equals to Q by C3 plus C2 plus Q by C1 from here. Alright, now x and x will get cancelled, q will get common outside, and we can write here as V by Q is equals to 1 by C1 plus 1 by C3 plus 1 by C2. That's it we got here. Y by Q is 1 by C equivalent, that is equals to 1 by C1 plus 1 by C3 plus 1 by C2, 1 by C3 plus C2. This is equal to the same answer that we have got in by using potential method. Potential method is somehow easy. Here we need to solve so many equations, but this is a general method. Okay, that's it. Potential method I suggest you people to use well, and you have to learn well, because that only will be helpful in most of the cases while you are solving IIT JEE problems. Within 1 or 2 minutes, 1 minute only, below 1 minute only we can solve the problem. But if you use this method to solve, it takes so much time, minimum 5 minutes nearly it will take, and we don't have that much time to solve the problems in JEE. That's the reason we need to opt for potential method, which is fast and easy to solve such mixed combination problems. Right, next we will move on to another one. Right, now we will discuss the force between the plates of a capacitor. Okay, we know already what is meant by capacitor. It's a formula, it's so many forms, different derivations we have discussed already. But see, whenever any two plates are kept face to face each other, having some small distance d, we are calling this as capacitor, whose space is inside space is completely vacuum, and we are supplying this one to a battery. Here we will supply a voltage V. Right, fine. But because of this electric field, here electric field will happen, right? Here positive charges will get accumulated, and here negative charges will get accumulated. The total charge supplying is Q, and electric field E bar will be in this direction. If the electric field is there E bar in this direction, this positive plate will try to attract this negative plates towards it. It means every time it is pulling this negative plate towards this side. Okay, how much force is exerting by this positive plate, plate A on plate B, we have to find. That is nothing but called force between the plates of a capacitor. Alright, for that we need to consider the things like potential energy, okay, and also work done. These are the things we need to consider. Fine. Okay, right. We will consider the two plates like this. We have considered the two plates in this manner, plate A and plate B. This is a positive plate and this is a negative plate. Here electric field will be in this manner, E is equals to sigma by 2 epsilon naught. According to before derivations we have done for a plate capacitor, parallel plate capacitor, we have found sigma by 2 epsilon naught, E is equals to, and here sigma is the density, means here surface charge density, that is Q, means if I have given charge Q and the area of the plate, means total area of the plate is A, that is Q by 2A epsilon naught will come, E is equals to. Alright, it means E value is Q by 2A epsilon naught, and we need to find out how much, with how much force this one is attracting this one towards this side. As this is a negative plate, it will get attracted towards this positive plate. How much force it is exerting, we need to see. Right, already we know Coulomb force F. Okay, F is equals to Q into E. F is equals to EQ, already we know, right? And E value just now we got, and here minus Q I am keeping, because here minus Q charge will be lying on this, no? That's why how much force will be exerting on this is minus Q. That is F is equals to minus Q into E value, that is Q by 2A epsilon naught, that is equals to minus Q square by 2A epsilon naught. It means the pulling force magnitude of the force is Q square by 2A epsilon naught force will be exerting on the plate B by the plate A, and vice versa also we can consider. This is nothing but the force in between these two plates. In reality, these two plates in the middle doesn't have vacuum. There will be some material called dielectric material. Okay, we will discuss about dielectrics in future lectures. Okay, thank you.